What's going on, everybody? This is Master Mike here, and I'm basically giving a quick explanation about testing and the testing procedure as it pertains to the new students. So, this is the students that are going from no belt to white belt. So, let's just jump right in. First of all, let's understand what is testing. Testing, obviously, is when the students test for the next rank in the order of belts to get the black belt. So, basically, if you're a no belt, you're going to be testing for the level of white belt. Now, to be eligible to test, there's two things that you need to have. You have to have a certain amount of time, and you have to have a certain amount of knowledge. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the time. We usually base the time on months. So, for example, going from no belt to white belt is anywhere from 1 month to 2 months. Going from white belt to yellow belt is anywhere from 2 to 3 months, and going from yellow belt to orange belt is anywhere from 2 to 3 months. And obviously, the higher in the ranks that you go, the more time it takes. So when we say time, we're talking specifically about training time. What that means is if you're consistently coming 2 times a week for a month, that's considered one training month. If you're responsible for 3 training months, you have to do 3 months of that. It's a very simple idea. So the idea is to keep the kids coming to class so that they are able to memorize the curriculum that they're supposed to know. So if you're a no belt and you've been coming consistently twice a week for at least a month, that makes you eligible as far as the time factor is concerned. Now, the second part that we look for is the actual curriculum. The curriculum is the stuff that we teach in the class. For example, all the basic blocking, we call that 10 basic motions. All the kicking, we call that kicking combinations. All the self-defense, obviously we call that self-defense. And depending on what belt you are, we have the forms, which is the pattern of movements. We also have breaking techniques and the verbal knowledge. So basically, during your training time is when you're learning all of that stuff. And anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks before testing happens, we do something called a pre-test, where we'll take the student on the side and go over all the curriculum they're responsible for. Then, depending on how they do, is if they receive a testing paper. Now, they might get the testing paper right on the spot. There might be a situation where they need to come back to another class to improve something. The whole idea is, from our point of view, we'll never put a student up for testing if they're not ready. So that's why it's so important to keep the kids coming 2 to 3 times a week consistently so that they can learn the curriculum, and when it's time for the pretest, that they're able to show us the curriculum to the best of their ability. Now, are we looking for it to be 100% perfect? Of course not. Nobody's perfect. But we are looking for a basic understanding, but also we're looking for improvement. Improvement from the first day that they started until they test, or from when they first got one belt to going to the next belt. We're looking for the improvement. So now, after it's all said and done, they're going to receive this testing paper. Now, this might look very complicated, but trust me, it's very, very simple. This testing paper has a front side and the back side. So obviously, the front side is for the school. This is where we do all the grading, and we give our comments about how their curriculum is. And the back side is for the student. So part of the curriculum is they need to have their verbal and mental knowledge down pat. So all these questions have to be filled in. Now, the easy thing is this. We give you the answers. So it's nothing you have to research or nothing that you have to look for. In fact, when they test for the first time, we actually physically hand you the study guide that matches up with the back of this paper. As they move on and on into different belts, you can get all of the study guides on our website. So now for no belts, we don't want to hit them with too much information. So when you look at the testing paper, we ask that there's 3 questions that you understand. The first question is the belt meaning, which is right on the front of the study guide right here. So the no belt meaning basically states birth in Taekwondo. The student has taken the first step in Taekwondo training. So it's 2 sentences that they need to memorize. That's one thing that we like them to know. Second thing we like them to know is there's a question that says, what martial arts do you study? Obviously, we're doing Taekwondo. We're not doing karate. We're not doing judo. We're not doing kung fu. We're specifically doing Taekwondo. And Taekwondo is a martial arts that comes from Korea. Another question that we like them to know is, what is the name of your teachers? For example, I teach 90% of the no belt, white belt, yellow belt classes, so I'm hoping that all the students know who I am. But there are some situations where I have other instructors helping the class. We have Master Chris here that is always part of the class, whether he's in the office or out on the floor. So we like the students to know at least who Master Mike is, which is me, and Master Chris. Also, we call it a bonus question, is the day of testing, our Grandmaster comes, and Grandmaster Joe is here to oversee the testing. And one of the questions is, what is your Grandmaster's full name? And if you do look on the study guide, the answer is here. But just so you can pronounce it correctly, the correct way to say it is Grandmaster Tak Sung Cho. So one of the first questions I love to ask is, who knows their Grandmaster's name? And it could be a funny answer, it could be a silly answer, but we're looking for the effort. The study guide and filling out the testing paper is more about effort. So I understand that some of these guys might be a little bit young, they're not writing yet, but we like the parents to work together when it's that situation. But if they are able to read and write and fill everything out, we like them to fill it out because, like I said, it's all about showing effort. Now, this testing paper, along with the testing fee, has to be handed back to us the day before testing or earlier. 90% of the time, all the testing days fall on a Friday. So the last day we expect the testing paper to be handed in is the Thursday before. Our whole goal during testing is not to worry about paperwork. We want to worry about the actual testing, the students, and taking care of the students and the families. So the last thing we want to worry about is the paperwork. So we really ask that the parents help us out here and help the student fill out the testing paper and hand it in, way before the testing date. Now, what is testing going to be like the day of? So basically, we shut down the entire school when it comes to testing. Our testings usually last anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. And basically, we have anywhere from 20 to 30 kids all put together, all different belts, all different ages, that will individually go up as groups and test together. So anybody who's testing for white belt, all those people will test together. Anybody going for yellow belt, all those people will test together. So it's actually a really great and fun experience. Testing is always fun because you never know what's going to happen. Kids get nervous, parents get nervous, even the masters and instructors get nervous because, in essence, we're being tested too. When the Grandmaster Cho comes to watch our students, we're being tested too. We tell all the parents to bring as many people as you want, family, friends, whoever, pack the house, videotape, take pictures. It's a great ceremony and it's something that they're really going to enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This video, like I said, is for the beginner students going from no belt to white belt. And yeah, if you have any other questions or concerns, please let me know. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me. I'm easily available anytime. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.